y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Hopefully I can add some happy squish vibes to your day today. Okay, so this may be kind of like a long-awaited video, but I already did one tier list video where I took submissions from y'all and I ranked your least favorite Squishmallows. And it was just so fun to do that kind of video, and I feel like y'all really liked it too. So I decided to do another kind of video like that. By the way, if you haven't seen the first video where I did that, definitely go check it out. It was really funny and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But today I'm going to be doing another tier list where I had y'all submit Squishmallows that you think are underrated, and I'm going to be ranking them on a tier list again. So basically kind of the same way that I did the first video, y'all submitted ones and I'm going to be ranking them based on how I feel about these Squishmallows. But I'm just really excited to get started, so let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna scooch over a little bit because I'm probably gonna pop up right here a few things for the video. So first, let's go through the categories that I'm going to be using for this tier list. So this one has like one less category than the least favorite Squishmallows tier list did, because I just felt like 4 was a little bit better for ranking the underrated Squishmallows. So first we have Justice for the Mallow. So this is in all caps. These are absolutely Squishmallows that I'm like, yes, they are so good. I can't believe they are just like so underrated, almost like cow level of like, I don't know, like cow level of prestige in my mind. Like, I think these are so good. I think they just deserve way more praise than they get. Then we have Deserve Better. So these are Squishmallows that I feel like definitely deserve better. Like, they definitely are underrated, but I don't know that I'm like as severely going to bat for them as I am for like that top tier. Then we have Room for Improvement. So these are Squishmallows that I'm like, they aren't that bad. Like, they probably are underrated on a certain level, but I feel like there's room for improvement there. Like, I would like them better if they improved them a little bit, if that makes sense. And then we have the last one, which is Rightfully Rated. So to me, I feel like, yeah, like these are fine. Like, they're just kind of average, and I feel like they're not really underrated. I'm not saying they're overrated or anything, but I just feel like it's like they have the rating that they have is pretty true. So those are the 4 categories that we're going to be working with today for today's video. So in the first video, I actually used my iPad to do the tier list, but I think I'm going to try and do it on my computer today, guys. We'll see how it goes, but I'm still going to like have over here for y'all to watch along with me. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so we actually had quite a few submissions for this video, and I appreciate every single submission that y'all did. So I think I tried to include everybody's submission in some way. I don't know that I got necessarily every single submission that came through. There were some duplicates or some like similar ones. So I tried to do like a wide variety and get as many as I could in this video without it being too terribly long. But let's go ahead and get into it because we have a lot of Mallows to be putting in our tier list today. So the first one we are going to be doing, whoever submitted this, person after my own heart, because, you know, I love the cows. So somebody said cows in general, but one person specifically said Benito. I think that's how you say his name. So it's the blueberry cow. He's actually right behind me. So this guy right here. So somebody submitted that one, and I don't even think I need to explain this, but obviously Benito is going to be in the Justice for the Mallow category. Absolutely. I think he deserves more hype. I love him. I think he is just so cute, especially this 5-inch version. Enough said. Okay, I also will say some of these I'm not completely sure on the names for, so bear with me on this. But the next one we have is the guacamole. I believe his name is Gideon. Again, don't quote me on that, but not real sure. I personally really like the food Squishmallows, so I am a big fan of just them in general. However, I feel like I'm going to put Gideon in the guacamole in the deserves better pile, just because I feel like I'm not gonna go to bat for him, I guess, as much as I would for Benito, for example. So he's not quite going in that top tier, but I do think he deserved better because I do think he is cute. And it just works. It works. Okay, next up we have Walker, and I will say, guys, I don't know where he is in my Squish room currently, but I have Walker in my collection and I absolutely love him. The goats are so cute. So immediately I am putting Walker in the Justice for the Mallow pile. This guy is so cute and he deserves way more hype than he gets. Like, I feel like they're just not appreciated enough. Like, the goats are so cute and like the simple design is so perfect. Like, I don't know, like, they really work, and I feel like they did a really good job on the goat, so I just feel like he deserves way more praise than he gets, so he is going in the Justice for the Mallow pile. All right, next up we have Maui, I believe is the name of this one. It's the pineapple. Again, this is kind of within like the food pile for me, or like the food squishmallows for me, kind of with the guacamole. I do like them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm deciding between like deserve better and room for improvement on this one, because I do really like the fruit squishmallows, but I feel like it's just not quite there for me. However, it is a pretty simple design. I feel like there's only a couple ways you can do a pineapple. So I'm like timidly putting Maui in the deserves better pile, because I feel like it is a good design, and just like in general, not trying to go so much on like my personal views on him. Like, I feel like it is a really good design squishmallow. It's really cute, it's simple, which is what I really like about squishmallows. Like, I like the simple squishmallows more than like the abstract or like really overly designed ones. So this one again is still between deserves better and room for improvement for me, but I'm gonna put him in the deserves better, because I feel like it's a little bit over that midway line that it deserves to be there. All right, so this next one is Sophie, I believe, and she is the lamb. So the picture that I have on the tier list is not like the fuzzy version of her. I do really like the fuzzy version of Sophie. I think it's really cute. I don't have that one in my collection, but I do think she's pretty cute in that way. But I just decided to go with like the simple plain version, because I believe lamb just in general was submitted from you guys. So this one for me, I feel like, I'm sorry, because I know like some people really like them, but I am going to put Sophie in the room for improvement pile. Hate me if you are, I'm sorry, but I just feel like, because again, the fuzzy version, like the one where you can actually have like the fuzzy fur or wool of her, like I do like that version, but I feel like maybe that should be the only version that exists, because I just feel like her just simply as a lamb, like I feel like they could have done better. Like, it's just not quite there for me. Like, I do think she is pretty cute, so she probably does deserve a little more recognition than she gets. But just to me, I feel like, I don't know, like there's just something missing. If you get what I'm saying, let me know in the comments below. But I'm sorry, Sophie, but I feel like there's some room for improvement there. All right, next up we have the octopus. This one's name starts with a B, and I just feel like I always mispronounce it, so I'm just not even gonna try. But just for this guy in general, I just chose the purple one with like the kind of multicolored tentacles, I guess. So for me, the octopus ones and just like the sea creature squishmallows in general are not my favorite, just overall. But I feel like the way, like if you liked octopus or octopi, I don't know what the plural version of that is. I think it is maybe octopi. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I do feel like in terms of how they designed her, like it is very, like, it's a very good design, a very like cute version of how they could have done it. So I am gonna put the octopus in the deserves better pile. I do think that, especially if this is like an animal or a stuffed animal or a plush that you like, that this is a really good representation for them. So I feel like probably deserves a little more hype than it gets, because it is such that like simple design. Again, going back to the simple design, and I feel like they get a good job, and there's not much more I feel like you could do for like improvement wise, but it's just, you know, not quite that top level for me. All right, guys, the next one we have, I am not sure on this one's name either, but it is one of the Sleepamellows, and y'all know I have a couple cow Sleepamellows. I did a video on all the Sleepamellows that I have in my collection. If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. It's one of my earlier videos, I feel like, but I kind of go through all the ones I have in my collection, because, oh, I also I unboxed a new one in that video, so that was the point. But anyway, we digress. So this next one is a Sleepamellow, but but it is the Axolotl Sleep-A-Mellow. I believe this one was at Target. I only have like 2 non-cow Sleep-Mellows, but the cows are definitely my favorite. And I feel so bad, y'all, because the axolotls aren't that bad to me. Like, again, it goes under like the sea creature vibe that I was just talking about. Like, they aren't that bad, but something about the Sleep-A-Mellow axolotl just kind of throws me off. Like, I'm so sorry if this is one of your favorites. I apologize. But there's just something about it that I just don't really like. So unfortunately, I'm going to put this one in the rightfully rated category. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, if y'all agree with me, let me know in the comments below. But there's just something about it that I just don't think it works. Like, I feel like it could be, like, it's a good concept, but it could be way cuter. And I just feel like they didn't really deliver on this one. So I'm sorry, but that one's going to be in the rightfully rated category. All right. The next one we have is a pig Squishmallow. Again, I'm so bad with the names, y'all. I can't remember this one's name, but this one specifically, the one with like the bow tie, was submitted by one of y'all. And so I popped this one in there, and I don't know. Again, going back to my weakness of the plain Squishmallows, the plain pig is totally fine for me. Like, it's not one of my favorites, and I'm not seeking it out in a store or anything, but I do think it's pretty cute. So I think that one's name is Peter, but this isn't Peter. This is a different one. So I'm going to put this guy or this gal in the room for improvement category. I don't know, like, I don't know what exactly I would want to be, quote, improved for this one, but I'm trying to, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it's just, like, again, it's not doing it for me. Like, I don't think it's quite at the rightfully rated category, but it's just not, I don't know, like, I don't know, just not vibing. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below, but it's not my favorite. The bow tie is cute, but, like, I feel like the plain pig is better. So maybe if I had the plain pig, he would be in the deserves better category, but just, I don't know. The little bow tie thing doesn't really do it for me. So we're going to go in the room for improvement category. All right, next one we have, this one's not really specifically for the exact one that I chose, like the exact picture that I chose for this one, but this is kind of covering like drink, coffee, latte, hot chocolate, Squishmallows in general. So I believe this one is one of like the hot chocolate Squishmallows. It just has the whipped cream on top, little straw, everything like that. I personally am okay with the drink Squishmallows. I have a lot of like the milks, and then I think I have the apple juice Squishmallow and the orange juice Squishmallow. Those are pretty cute, but for me, I'm not really a coffee person, just overall, so I don't really gravitate towards those Squishmallows or just that kind of plush in general. I do like hot chocolate, but I don't know, they're okay for me. I feel like they could be better because I just feel like the juice boxes and like the milk are just cuter. So I am going to put this one in the room for improvement pile just because I feel like it's just not there for me. Like, again, I'm not really going to be speaking out on behalf of like, oh, they need a lot more recognition, because they're just kind of okay for me, but they're not that bad. So that's where I'm going to put them for this ranking. All right, guys. So the next one, I want to say this one's name is like honeydew or something like that, but I believe it's a fish. It's kind of like a rainbow fish, like rainbow colored fish, kind of like an ombre rainbow. So I feel like this is kind of like maybe not an infamous Squishmallow, but like kind of, because I feel like I don't know that I've ever seen this Squishmallow in person, but I do think that a lot of people know of it, like of this Squishmallow just in general. I don't know if it was one of like the original ones, or it like was popular, or it was like one of those Squishmallows where you either love it or hate it. For me, this one just doesn't do it. I feel like, again, especially since it's kind of that fish vibe, it's not like, I don't really like the sea creature Squishmallows. And he's like kind of cute, but like the eyes creep me out a little bit. So just because it's like the more like wide eyes, not like the stereotypical Squishmallow eyes, so it creeps me out a little bit. So I'm so sorry, y'all, but this one is going in the rightfully rated category, because I don't know. I mean, I know there are probably like definitely people out there that really, really like this one, but to be honest, I feel like I don't see him very much, and he's just not my cup of tea. Again, the sea creature Squishmallows are not my cup of tea, so he's gonna go in that last category for me. All right, guys, next up we have a horse Squishmallow. Specifically this one, again, so bad about the names, but this one specifically was submitted by one of you guys, so I chose that picture. She's got the little bow in her ear. That one is pretty cute. Overall, I would say I have mixed feelings about the cows. Oh my gosh, I keep going back to the cows. I have mixed feelings about the horse Squishmallows. I do think some of them are pretty cute. I know some of y'all have like full-on collections of the horses, like all the different versions, and I think that is absolutely adorable. I personally think I only have, I'm like looking around my room, I think I only have like 1 or 2 horses. I don't have this one in my collection, but again, I am going to put this one in the okay, I'm gonna put this one in the room for improvement category just because I feel like it's okay. For me, it just doesn't really do it. The bow is a little much for me. I'd probably prefer it to be just like a plain horse, but I know like a lot of people do like the accessories, so totally understand you there. But just for me personally, like I feel like it needs a little more something, like maybe, I don't know, like if we were going to do extra details like the bow, I would have maybe chosen something else. So something maybe a little different to make it a little cuter and just maybe a little more special. So we're going to go with room for improvement for that one. All right, next up we have one of the dragon Squishmallows. I think dragons in general were submitted, and that maybe this one, like the blue one in particular, was submitted as well. So that's why I put this one in here. The dragons in general for me are just okay. Like I was trying to look. I don't know if I really have any dragons. If I do, like it was kind of random for me to get them. But again, I don't really collect those, so they're just kind of like average for me. I personally think that they could, like some of them could be cuter, and like this one in particular could be a little cuter. So I'm going to put this guy in the room for improvement category just because I don't know, again, it's not really doing it for me. It feels like kind of like, this might be unpopular opinion, but it feels like kind of just like a basic, not really like fully thought out design for a dragon. Like if you just wanted to easily create a dragon, I feel like this is kind of where they went with that. And I feel like it could be a little, have like a little more personality to him, a little bit cuter. So I'm going to put him in the room for improvement. All of my dragon lovers out there, I'm sorry. I'm not hating on the dragons, I promise. But this one just doesn't really do it for me. All right, the next one we have, I believe its name is Wade. It is, I think, a werewolf. So the Halloween Squishmallows for me are kind of hit or miss. I definitely have gotten more over like the years of collecting, but just for me, I was more of the person that would just collect like general Squishmallows, not really like the holiday Squishmallows. And so I think just for me, I was like, oh, well, they're just kind of more all year round rather than just for like 1 month or one holiday in general. So I just didn't collect a lot of the Halloween ones, but now they've gotten like Halloween cows and stuff like that. I've started to like them a little bit more. That's definitely a biased answer, but but it's okay. We're gonna go with it. But for me, I don't really vibe with the werewolves. I don't know. They kind of creep me out. I feel like there is definitely room for improvement in the werewolves. However, even if it was cuter, I personally don't think I would be buying them. And I just feel like they're just kind of there. So I'm going to put Mr. Wade in the rightfully rated category. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Mr. Wade. But it's just, I don't know, like there's just something about him, just I get very off vibes, and so he's gonna be chilling out there for this video. All right, guys, 4 more Squishmallows left. Let's move on to the next one. This one is one of the alligator Squishmallows. I believe it starts with a T, but I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce that one too. So we're just gonna leave it there with the photo, but it's the one that has like, it's a bluish color and has spots on its stomach. I do think this one is pretty cute. Again, I feel like I like the regular alligators slash crocodiles, if there are both Squishmallows. I don't know. I feel like I like the plain ones better. I think one of them, I have like the lime green alligator, so maybe that one's name is Arthur, is for some reason what I want to say his name is. Again, don't quote me on that. But I think I just like him better, and I do feel like he's a little underrated. So I feel like alligators in general are probably underrated. Like, I feel like the design is pretty cute. I like how their eyes just kind of pop up above like their circular shape. I think that's funny. For me, I'm like going between deserves better and room for improvement, because for me personally, this one would be improved by it just being like more of a plain, like instead of the like more of a green color probably, and no like polka dots. So I don't know. This is hard. I think I'm going to put him in the room for improvement category just because for me, this is not like the version I would choose. However, I do think the alligators in general are pretty cute. So, okay, guys, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to move the alligator to deserves better because I do like them. I was just like thinking about it. I don't know. So we're going to move that. Okay. Anyway, so the next one we have is another sea creature, Squishmallow. I feel like those are popular for like the underrated category because I feel like not many people collect the sea creature squishmallows, but if you do, like, you really like them, so it's a like love or hate relationship. So I'm not entirely surprised to see a ton of those on here. But this one I believe is a swordfish. You can't really tell from the picture, but the swordfish squishmallow, their like nose, just because like the way the fish is, comes way out. And for me, I don't love it. Again, it's the aquatic squishmallows for me. I don't vibe with this one that much, but he is pretty like accurate, I guess, for like his overall shape and like what the fish actually looks like. So I'm going to put him in the room for improvement category just because I feel like he's not that bad. I like him a little bit better than some of the ones that I put in the rightfully rated category, but we could use a little something extra there if that makes sense. All right, guys, last two we have going on here. Okay, so this next one, I believe its name is Noodles. It's like a chicken type squishmallow. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what he's supposed to be, but it kind of looks like a chicken to me, but it looks like he's wearing like a little hoodie. But I believe its name is Noodles. And y'all, I forget about this guy all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen him in person. I'm pretty sure he's been at least at Claire's like in the past. And so if I have seen him, I feel like it's been at Claire's. I haven't gotten him, but low-key, guys, again, I forget about him, but he is low-key so cute. And I feel like some people would like die for Noodles. Like, they absolutely love him. Like, he's a very niche squishmallow, but because I think he just gets forgotten a lot, but he is just really cute. So I am going to be putting Noodles in the Justice for the Mallow category because I feel like he is very adorable. Definitely deserves more hype. I don't have my own like Noodles collection going on, but I definitely think he is super, super cute. So he deserves some justice, deserves a lot more praise for it. So he's going in that category for this tier. All right, guys, we have come to the last Squishmallow on my tier list from y'all today. So I thought this one was a really interesting submission. So this is just a submission in general for like the ornament Squishmallows. So I decided to pick some Christmas ones. I know there are like Christmas ones, but also just like generic, regular, plain Squishmallow ornaments too. And y'all, I definitely think that these deserve more, like these deserve better. I'm going to be putting these in the deserves better pile, and let me tell you why. I just feel like in general, like I know again, it's not quite cow level for me. Like they aren't that great to me, but I feel like it is such a cute idea. I did a Squishmallow like Christmas tree last year just solely out of like hanging Squishmallows on it. And most of the ones I used on there were the like stuffed animal versions of the ornaments. I do have some of just like the plasticky ones, but these are like specifically put on there for the plush ornaments. And I just feel like it's such a cute idea. It turns out so cute on the tree and just really, I don't know, really inventive. Like Squishmallows was really doing something there. So that one is definitely going in the deserves better category, and that's enough said for that one. All right, guys, wow. So we got all of them going on here in our tier list, and I'm honestly kind of pleased by the spread of the Squishmallows we have going on the tier list here. Got kind of like a variety here. We got one in every category we had going on, so I feel like that's good. I am so sorry for the ones I put in the rightfully rated category. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like, I don't know, it felt right for me personally in my like opinion of these, but I'm sorry if one of those is your favorite. But let me know in the comments below if you agree with the rankings we have going on here for underrated Squishmallows. I feel like everybody kind of has their own random like underrated Squishmallow that they have in their mind, so it's very interesting to hear everybody's thoughts on this. So I appreciate all of the submissions I got. I'm so sorry if your like specific one wasn't included on the tier list here today. We just got so many submissions, and so I tried to include everybody's thoughts at least in some way, at least once. But I think we turned out with a really good group here, and I appreciate the submissions so much. But that's all I have for today's tier list video. I really hope you enjoyed watching. I can't wait to see which tier list we do next. If you have any ideas for the next one I should be doing, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm open to doing like Squishmallow or Jellycat tier lists. I think both of them would be really fun. But definitely let me know if you have any ideas of what the like overall theme of the tier list should be, because I love hearing y'all's ideas. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time. Bye!